On Saturday, the Nebraska Cornhuskers got their first win of the 2020 season, winning their home opener over Penn State 30-23. A lot in this game, but the bottom line is you picked up a victory, Coach.
Yeah, we needed to get a victory. We need to get one under our belt. I think it was a really talented team we played Saturday. I give them a lot of credit for fighting their way back in, but it was just good that the guys found a way to get it done.
It's time now for our Text to Coach a Question segment presented by U.S. Senator Tim, who lives in the heart of SEC country in Montgomery, Alabama. Wants to know your thoughts, Coach, about a Montgomery product, Cam Taylor-Britt, with that punt return down the near sideline yesterday.
Cam did a lot of things well for us. I thought one of the biggest things the DBs did was play those last couple series down in the red zone, make plays, not get pass interference penalties. Cam is as good a player as we have on the team and as talented a player as we have on our defense, and we're lucky to have him all the way up from Alabama.
Tim, thanks for your question. Reminder, you can text Coach a question for next week's show. Thanks again to our partner, U.S. Senator, the official wireless partner of the Huskers. We're back with first quarter action from the Huskers' victory over the Nittany Lions. That's coming up next. We're back on the high bid Husker football show. Nebraska hosted the Penn State Nittany Lions on Saturday, your first home game of the year, and you had made the decision to start Luke McCaffrey with this offense this week.
Yeah, tough decision. Both kids practiced well. We decided to go with Luke. I thought he did pretty well for his first start.
Scrambled here. He made some nice moves. A good throw here to Austin Allen to get you down inside Penn State territory. How about this opening drive of the game?
Yeah, we've been pretty productive on opening drives. This is a big play by Luke. It was designed to go up the middle, and he just bounced and was good enough athlete to get a first down. Austin Allen's been playing really well, and I can't say enough about some of these veterans. If you look at the number of first-year players that are playing for us right now on both sides of the ball, we've talked quite a bit about those guys, but some of these veterans are the glue that's holding it together.
Big play here to Cade Warner. They initially ruled it a fumble, but turned it back around. That was the right call. And one play later, Luke finds the end zone, and you've grabbed a 7-0 lead, and a good way to start getting that early score against a good team like Penn State.
Yeah, good play by Cade, getting us down there close. Good to see us just get the ball close and get it in with a sneak.
Sean Clifford, the starting quarterback for Penn State, he's been turnover prone, but he's a load. He can do a lot of things. A good scramble here. Later in this drive, the guy we asked you about in the opening segment, Cam Taylor-Britt's going to get an interception for you. Penn State's been turnover prone, and you were able to take advantage of that early in this game.
Yeah, that's one of the good things. I think they're kind of snake bit right now with some of the mistakes they've been making to beat themselves. But for the first time in a while, we played a smarter game. I thought I had fewer penalties than them. We won the turnover battle. We were physical, and we played well on special teams. And those are the things you have to do to win any game, especially in the Big Ten.
Then we see Wandale at running back for you at this point in the game, and a missed opportunity right there. Couldn't quite hang on it, and you have to settle for 3.
Great job by Luke getting to his third read on that. We saw zone, and great design by Coach Lubick to get somebody open in the back of the end zone. Cade just had his hands turned over the wrong way. He'd make that catch most of the time.
You're up 10-0. Boy, your safety, Markel Dismuke, had a big day. Led you in tackles, a big hit right here. Even though it became a first down, he made that receiver remember that hit.
Yeah, it's exciting to watch some of the hits that are being made by these guys, and that happens when you're playing full speed and you're getting a lot of hats to the ball. Again, some of the veterans, Markel and DeCap and Colin Miller, are doing some really big things for us. And with all the young players playing around them, JoJo here, it's great to see those guys being the leaders like they should be.
All right, 10-0 the score after the first quarter, and your defense was able to stop Penn State right here in the red zone and force a field goal attempt coming up. So 10-0, Nebraska with the lead after one quarter of football in the home opener for the Big Red on Saturday. We're back with quarter number 2 next. We are back on the high bid Husker football show. 10-0 Nebraska with the lead after one quarter against Penn State on Saturday. To the second quarter, it starts with Penn State kicking a field goal to get on the board 10-3, but your offense then comes back out and gets to work, and a chance for us here to see the exciting freshman Xavier Betts.
Yeah, I want to really highlight the block that Marvin Scott had right there on the edge to pop him. Marcus Fleming had a good block on the outside. Both tight ends did a good job picking up who they're supposed to, Jack and Travis Vokalek. And it's good to see this kind of speed on the field. Some of these young players are really talented, and we'll keep bringing them along.
Up 17-3 now, and then a big play coming up here from one of those veterans you were talking about earlier, Deontay Williams.
Yeah, Deontay, again, had a rough year last year, playing about half a game and missing the rest of the season, and we missed him. But he's one of our best players and super talented and really aware of situations. This is really smart by him. A lot of guys would have just jumped on that ball. We call them city balls or country balls, and when they're out in the open, they're country balls, and those are ones you're supposed to pick up, and that was a huge play in the game.
Now and in control of this game at 24-3. Penn State changes quarterbacks at this point in time in the game. Did that have much of an effect on the way you had to defend them?
Well, I think they just made the move probably because of the mistakes and turnovers. I thought this kid came in and did a really good job running the offense. He's a load to tackle and made some good throws in the game, and they made fewer mistakes, and he made a little bit of difference in a game, but our defense kept responding when they needed to.
Field goal on that drive after the new quarterback makes it 24-6. Nice catch and move here by Levi Falk for you.
Yeah, Levi is another first-year player in our program transfer, but he's really come in here and done a lot of work for us. He can play all three positions and has been a big addition for us.
The drive stalls out, so your defense back out there late in the first half, and your defense is able to stiffen up here and stop Penn State. They get it out a little bit, but they're not able to do much and end up having to punt. And this was the play we talked about in the open with Cam drifting back. He wasn't even really in punt formation, but got back there in time to grab the punt and come up the sideline for you.
Yeah, this is actually designed. Coach Rutledge did a really good job with this, sending the returner one way and sending Cam back to catch the punt. The majority of their punt team went to where the returner was, and Cam was really close to breaking it, so good job by Coach Rutledge. This play is just great to see. Two young players making a play, left-handed throw by Luke, and wouldn't have mattered if Marvin hadn't made somebody miss and run tough at the end of it, and that really led to points for us that we needed at the end of the game.
Sure was. Huge field goal on the last play of the half gives you a 27-6 lead heading into the locker room. We're back with third quarter action. That is all coming up next. We are back on the High Bid Husker football show. Nebraska with a 27-6 lead over Penn State at the half, but as you know, games are 60 minutes, and you probably had a feeling Penn State was going to come back at you in the second half.
Yeah, we've been in this position a few times since I've been in Nebraska, and we got to play a little better in the second halves. Defense came out and got a stop, which we hadn't done on the first drive of a second half in a while, and I was really happy with that. Now it was the offense's turn, and we had to go make something happen, and just didn't quite play in it well enough to put them away. A lot of it had to do with the talent they had, and they stopped making mistakes. But certainly want to try to put people away a little better when we have a chance to.
Good run here by Luke. You're into Penn State territory, but that drive ends up stalling out. Penn State comes back, and they get their first touchdown of the game about midway through the third quarter when their freshman running back Lee gets loose for a 31-yard touchdown run. But they started to get a little bit bigger plays in the second half against your defense.
A little bit, yeah, and they got really good players. This was unfortunate. We were kind of slow playing them and trying to make them bleed us. Took a chance on a zero blitz, and they creased us. Had a chance to make the play and didn't. Defense played well up to that point, and too bad they got that play on us, but still in control of the game here.
Unable to move it on offense, so you punt it back to them. Are you sensing at this moment that the momentum has shifted a little bit in the game?
Well, they're a good team with a lot of really good players, and a lot of it was them playing better and doing some good things. But, like I said, we've been in this situation before, and I think some people kind of panicked, and it was good to see guys just continue to play, continue to trust their training and do what they were asked to do, and find a way to get it done at the end.
Penn State driving the ball here, but the defense, like they did in the first half, able to stiffen when the ball got down near the red zone and hold Penn State to a field goal. And so you're still up by 11 points at the end of this drive. But this was a good play here, 3rd and goal. They went back to that quarterback draw, but your defense sniffed it out. There's Markel making a nice tackle. So Penn State finishes the drive with 3, making it 27-16, but you're still up 11 as we get ready to go to the fourth quarter. How about the offense and Wandale with 16 carries for you in the game?
Yeah, we went into the year planning on getting him about 10 carries a game. We just want to make sure the ball's in his hands. He was really close to popping some big runs for us. Got to get involved in the passing game a little more. But he's a weapon for us, and when we get the ball in his hands, good things are going to happen.
27-16, the score after 3. We're back to look at the fourth quarter of the Huskers' victory over Penn State. That's coming up next. We are back on the High Bid Husker football show. Nebraska and Penn State on Saturday. Nebraska with an 11-point lead going to the fourth quarter. You have the ball as the end of the third quarter happened. You're able to drive it down and again get stalled out in the red zone, but get points on this drive. How about the way this thing ended?
Yeah, this is just a good drive that we put together. I got it down there and had a 4th and 1, and I just made the decision to take points. We're really close to popping a couple of those runs in the red zone. I didn't want to take too many chances and do anything that would hurt us in the red zone. This was just unfortunate. Guys have to stay deeper than the deepest on these. Should have had the sack. Ended up being a big play and a huge chunk of yards for them. And again, when those things happen, it happens too fast when you're trying to control the clock and win the game. So that was one of the disappointing plays for the defense.
So it's a 7-point game all of a sudden, and then an unfortunate turnover here on your offense to put your defense into a tough spot.
Yeah, I knew we needed to create a play, try to get some more points. It was a good design. Austin Allen was wide open down the sideline, and their defensive ends just got to our quarterback. And those are the plays we have to be able to make and give him a little time to get those throws off and create some bigger plays in the passing game.
Penn State converts a 4th down. Here they are, 4th and 10, just outside the 10. And a good play defensively. There is, again, Markel Dismuke ripping the ball away.
He had a really good game. A lot of those guys in the secondary did. Got to get a first down here. Defense had just got there for us and made the plays for us. And offense needs to, I think, 1 first down would have given us a chance to get close to running the clock out.
91 snaps is what your defense had to defend yesterday. That can be a load. It tests your depth, and you did roll a lot of different guys out on the field defensively.
Yeah, these things will test your depth and your conditioning and your discipline. It's unusual for us to only have 60 plays, I think, and them have 91. That's not usually how the games go. But that's how it worked out. They were able to sustain some drives. We scored on defense. That cut our play count down. So the defense was out there a lot, and it was good to see them hang with it and make the plays they needed to at the end.
Now we're watching the final sequence of plays in this game. Cam Tater-Brett with a nice bat away. There's Markel on coverage on their receiver Washington, and probably some tense moments on the sidelines as you watch this unfold.
Yeah, I think everybody was biting their fingernails. Some good calls down the stretch here by the defense, and this was special. Ben Stilley making the play for us at the end, kid from Ashland, Nebraska, that's been through a lot. It wasn't pretty in the second half, but I was just so happy for the guys to get it done.
Huskers win it 30-23, now 1-2 on the season. We're back with our Hy-Vee Sounds of Saturday. That's coming up next. Again, those were our Sounds of Saturday brought to you by Hy-Vee. Well, continues on next week. Back at home, the Huskers are to take on the Fighting Illini. Lovie Smith's team, coach, got a victory yesterday over Rutgers 23-20, their first win of the year. Your initial thoughts as you get ready for Lovie Smith's Fighting Illini?
They're really well coached. I think they played a new quarterback yesterday, and he ran for a school record 194 yards. So they're finding their stride. They're good on defense. They create a lot of turnovers on defense, and we still have a lot of room for improvement. You look out on the field at times, and we have 7 or 8 first-year players playing on offense, a bunch on defense. We still have a lot of improving to do, and looking forward to practice this week to try to take the next step.
Congratulations again on the win, and have a great week of prep getting ready for those Fighting Illini.
Thanks, Greg.
Head football coach Scott Frost with us. We'll be back next week to check out the action from that Illinois game. My thanks to the entire Husker Vision crew and to you for watching. Inviting you to join us again here next week.